Welcome to the Cryptonomatron. Today I'm doing an ICO review on Siren Labs. Now I must apologise, there is construction work going on next door, so if you hear banging or other noises, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that, just going to have to put up with it. So what is the Siren Labs ICO? Well, Siren Labs' vision is to become the world's leader in secure open source consumer electronics, bridging the gap between the mass market and the blockchain economy. Now, the name Siren Labs comes from the Sirens, which were a beast in Greek mythology that sang and lured men to their deaths, and apparently they are also featured in Russian mythology, as there is Russian backing for this project. So Siren Labs is the developer of Solarin, an ultra-secure mobile phone. It's holding a crowd sale event, and the funds raised will support the development of the Finney, which is the first open source blockchain smartphone and all-in-one PC device. So who are Siren Labs' competitors? Well, obviously it will be other mobile device manufacturers, other PC manufacturers, and there are a couple of smartphones that implement higher security technology, such as the GSMK Cryptophone and the Black Phone 2. Now, I'm not sure anyone else is close to developing similar hardware devices, but as ever, please let me know in the comments below if you know of any. So what are the problems they intend to solve then? Well, the first one is the current generation of smart devices compromises on user security in favor of user experience. The second one is there's a huge cost in fraud and cybercrime. And thirdly, the digital economy of the future cannot tolerate a trade-off between the user experience and security. So what are their aims? Well, they want to secure the blockchain ecosystem on mobile and PC devices. They want to reduce the technical complexity of using cryptocurrency to ensure mass adoption. So they want to make it easy to use the device to buy, sell, trade cryptocurrency. And they want to deliver a widespread, trusted and cyber-protected peer-to-peer resource sharing network. They also want to create a fair and decentralized app store. Now, the aims seem very concise, but how are they going to do this? So the first thing they're going to do is introduce the Finney devices that are the first cyber-protected blockchain-enabled mobile phone and PC devices, and they will enjoy the functionality of the Android operating system, plus a suite of cybersecurity technologies, giving users safe, reliable access to the blockchain. The Finney devices will form an independent blockchain network, a distributed ledger, both scalable and lightweight, powered by IOTA's Tangle technology and Siren Labs security ecosystem. And Finney is free from centralized backbones and mining centers and capable of providing fast, feeless and secure transactions. The Finney devices will run on Siren Labs open source operating system, the Siren OS, and this is designed to support inherent blockchain applications such as a crypto wallet, secure exchange access, encrypted communications, and a peer-to-peer resource sharing ecosystem for payment and apps, supported by the SRN token. So this is the previous device, the Solarin, that they have already manufactured and is already on sale. It looks like quite a high-end smartphone, as you can see. Now, the Solarin was and still is a success, so they claim. The Solarin continues to sell well worldwide and is leading the charts in the Harrods Luxury Technology Department. So this is popular with a lot of the high-so brigade. They like to have something a little bit different and unique. And I believe the cost was around £1,000 or $1,000. I'd need to do a little bit more research into the device. So we'll discuss some of the tech here. So one of the things that I found interesting was they're going to implement a cold wallet feature on the new Finney smartphone. So just like Solarin, the Finney device will feature a physical toggle or a switch that will immediately turn off all unencrypted communications. And thanks to this mechanism, the crypto wallet inside the Finney will be effectively offline unless intentionally activated, and it will function as a cold wallet. So there will be a switch you can press that will turn your device communications off, and you will have basically what is in essence a device like a Trezor or a Nano Ledger. We'll discuss a little bit of the security tech, but not a lot of it. The white paper goes into far more detail than I'm willing to venture into today, but if you're interested, please do read the white paper. The tech will be multi-layered security. It will apply to the operating system, the software, and the hardware itself, and some of the security will be optional for the original equipment manufacturer's devices should they adopt the operating system. So they have what's called the Secure Shield, and that provides a sandbox protection at the operating system level to protect selected applications such as wallet apps, encrypted voice over internet protocol and messaging, encrypted emails, etc. Now the Secure Shield provides applications with permission-based isolation from accessing device and system resources such as the sensors, the camera, microphones, vibrators, speakers, etc. The peripherals, USB, HDMI, anything connected to the ports, and the processes as well from the system, such as audio or video recording, app installation, screenshots, factory resets, and debugging. So there will also be a hardware layer, as I mentioned, and that's called Trust Core. This will be optional for the original equipment manufacturers if they adopt it. Siren Labs Trust Core is a tamper-resistant hardware secure element capable of securely hosting confidential and cryptographic data, e.g. key management, etc., and using them for transaction authentication without exposing the secret data to the main CPU or the storage. So that's interesting, it keeps it completely separate. And it can be used for biometric templates such as fingerprints, retina, iris scans, etc., and also your keys, your encrypted storage, your communication, if you don't want people to be listening into your conversations or messaging, etc. And as I mentioned before, the original equipment manufacturers that adopt this may choose to use another secure element chips based on a compliant specification that Siren deem acceptable, I suppose. So we know the sort of technology they want to implement, we know the hardware that they intend to introduce, and we know the operating system that they want to manufacture. So let's have a look at the potential market. Well, in 2016 there was 1.6 billion mobile and PC units sold worldwide. That's an incredible number of mobile, and the rate of that growth is still exponential, especially in underdeveloped countries, Africa, and other continents that don't have access to features as we do in the West. And mobiles and PCs are used mostly for communication and screen viewing, so they're taking over from the traditional way of watching, which was through a television set, for example. And more and more people are using their handheld devices for everything, really. As we can see from the graphs here, there's the daily distribution of screen minutes by countries on the left, and on the right it's broken down by different devices. You can see overall smartphone is 50% of screen minutes by by usage, and desktop or television, I presume, is only 9% now. Desktop 32%. In fact, I think they've made a mistake there. Its desktop looks like it's meant to be the television going by the color, and desktop looks like it's a computer. So only 9% watch on a computer, 32% still watch on a television, and 50% now watching on smartphones, which is an interesting trend towards the handheld devices, but not surprising. So Siren Labs' potential market. The cybersecurity market is estimated to grow from 137.5 billion in 2017 to over 232 billion by 2022. And global expenditures on mobile network security are growing at an estimated annual rate of $11 billion. So it's continuing to grow in massive amounts. So the ecosystem on the blockchain they intend to develop consists of the Finney blockchain itself, Siren Labs co-marketing, Siren OS, the Finney phone users, the Finney PC users, and a DApp payment service. And it will look something like this. This is the only information I could really find on the blockchain, other than some stuff in the white paper that says it must be like this or it must be like that, which indicates to me that they haven't really started developing it yet. So it may still be a thing that they're waiting to raise money to develop from the ICO. So what are the Siren or SRN token uses? Well, the usage right after the crowd sale event. Once you get your tokens, you'll be able to purchase the Solarin line products, which are already available, the smartphone, the Beryllium earphones, the international charger, and you'll receive a 10% discount from retail on that. You can also purchase the apps and services provided and operated by Siren Labs, such as the encrypted calls and messaging services, the cybersecurity suite. And you can also pre-order any of the Siren Labs Finney smartphone devices, all-in-one PC, or any future hardware products that become available, and you will receive a discount of 20%. So upon releasing the Finney blockchain, you will be able to purchase the Finney line products, the smartphone, PC, etc., as you could before. You'll also be able to purchase the apps and services provided and operated by Siren Labs through the DApp store, such as the peer-to-peer resource sharing, encrypted calls and messaging, cybersecurity suite. You will also be able to pay for warranty, repair, and other service packages from Siren Labs. And again, you'll be able to use the SRN token to purchase Siren Labs products, applications, and services from the moment the tokens are issued and distributed to crowd sale participants. That's usually after 24 hours after the crowd sale, they say. Moreover, special discounts will be given to token holders who pre-order or purchase products from the Siren Labs using their SRN tokens. And just as an aside, as I've mentioned already, the Solarin is available for purchase at Siren Labs' flagship store at 34 Bruton Place in London, UK. The secure call and messaging app and services can be purchased from a Siren Labs rep. So, that's the technology. That's the use of the token, with a brief look at their intended ecosystem. So let's look at the ICO itself. Well, it started yesterday, 12th of December 2017. It's still in its first 24 hours, so you can still get the maximum bonus stage. The only payment method, I believe, is Ethereum. You will require an ERC20 compatible wallet. And there is no hard cap. It's not set, and it's entirely dependent on the amount of SRN that is sold. The ICO will consist of reducing bonuses over a 14-day duration, which I'll explain to you in a minute, and the price will be decided after the end of the crowd sale. So they have this innovative buy with or without guarantee system going on, where if you buy with a guarantee, you'll get 50% less tokens, but you'll be able to get your money back. The guarantee is 60 days, and the buy with guarantee program gives you the right to refund your SRN tokens in return for your original investment within a 60-day period. So as we can see, the buy without guarantee is on the left and the buy with guarantee is on the right. And as you can see, you get about half the amount of tokens if you buy with guarantee, but you've got the 60 days in which you can get your money back. So if we look at it, the first 24 hours you get the full amount of tokens, which is 1,000 per Ethereum, or 500 if you buy with guarantee. And then as the token sale progresses, the bonuses get less and less, and the amount of tokens you receive per Ethereum gets less and less. And on the 14th day, you will receive 50% of the tokens you would have on the first day. So the allocation summary is as follows. 40% will be allocated to contributors, 10% will go to original equipment manufacturers for Siren operating system implementation, developers, and a rebate of the sold devices. 10% will go to the team, and they will be vested or stashed away for 12 months. 5% of the tokens will be allocated to professional fees and to the bounty campaign, and 35% will be allocated to Siren Labs to be used for strategic plans for the created ecosystem. So a brief word about the bounty campaign. there will be 670,000 tokens available, which is approximately, they believe, $200,000 to be distributed amongst the bounty hunters. There will be a social bounty, which is 30%, a content creation bounty, 25%, a Bitcoin talk bounty, 20%, Telegram bounty of 5%, translation bounty of 5%, and a miscellaneous one, 15%. So, looking at the roadmap, as you can see, there are 3 different funding scenarios at the top: 25 million, 50 million, and 75 million. Now, if they raise 25 million, they will be able to develop the Siren operating system for the original equipment manufacturers. They will be able to manufacture the Finney smartphone and the Siren operating system. If they raise 50 million, and if they raise the 75 million, they will be able to develop the PC on top of the smartphone and the operating system. So they were established in 2014. In 2015, they launched the Solarin prototype. And in 2016, they launched officially the Solarin secure phone. So moving on to the crowd sale event, Q4 2017, they've already done a Finney phone concept study, as we can see. They've already done the Siren operating system concept exploration, and they've already prepped for the crowd sale, and it launched yesterday. So moving on to Q1 2018, they will develop the Finney devices. They will beta release the Siren operating system to the original equipment manufacturers. They will release the SDK for dApps developers, and they will establish a production line for the goods. Moving on further into 2018, Q2 onwards, and into 2019, they will have a Finney launch event at some point. They will also launch the open source Siren operating system, and they will develop distribution channels for their sales network. So briefly looking at the team, and I keep this very brief and concise. If you want to know more about the team members, please go visit their website, go to their LinkedIn pages, and you can analyze it further. They have 2 co-founders. They have a very strong 40-member team, and they have 7 advisors, including Stephen Nerayov, who is the co-founder of Ethereum, Jeff Pulver, the father of VIOP, and John Laporta, the former president of Barcelona Football Club. So a few MVPs in there. They have several partners. IOTA is one of them, as they're going to utilize their Tangle technology, as I mentioned earlier. The Bancor network is another, and Bancor are running a bounty campaign on their network for this ICO at the moment. Status is another partner. Google, another one. Alignment Blockchain Hub, that is another of the CEO's companies as well that are affiliated with this ICO. And of course, Leo Messi Management, who probably will have something to do with the former president of the Barcelona Football Club. Obviously, the one that stands out there is Google. If they manage to get a partnership with Google, or if they continue the partnership with Google, I should say, then we could very well see this Siren operating system on a Google Nexus device in the not so distant future. So the community, excuse me, the Telegram has 5,241 members on it. The Instagram has various posts on it. Facebook, last post was a few minutes ago. Twitter, last tweet was moments ago, so they're very active. LinkedIn, Medium, and they're also active on Reddit. So let's go through the positives that I've garnered from this initial coin offering. So the first one is obviously the very strong team and advisors. They have a lot of people working for them. They have proven successes in different fields. They come from a lot of different backgrounds and different industries. And for me, it's a very strong, if not an all-star team. Number 2 on the positives is they have a working product, the Solarin device. It's already generating revenue. So they're already proven that they can bring this to market and any smartphone or any electronic device to bring to market and actually sell it is quite a difficult process. So that gives me confidence that they could potentially succeed with this new venture. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a multi-billion-dollar potential market here for these handheld devices worldwide. And as crypto grows, the demand for a secure smartphone with a crypto wallet will grow exponentially. And as far as technology is concerned, the wallet on the phone is definitely the future. Everybody will have a wallet on their smartphone eventually. That's what I believe, until the smartphone becomes redundant and some other device takes over. But for the time being, wallet on the phone or the tablet certainly is the way forward. And at the moment, it isn't secure. And we need some sort of implementation to take this technology a step further. So I like the fact that the roadmap has the 3 possibilities as well, depending on the ICO contribution amounts they raise. So they are prepared for different scenarios. So if they only raise 25 million, they will concentrate on the operating system. And if they raise over 50 million, they can develop the smartphone, and over 75, they can develop the PC itself. So I like the fact that they're prepared for the future, depending how much the ICO raises. I also quite like they've been innovative and trying something new with the guarantee buyback program of your tokens. As ever, there are a few negatives for this one. The first one must be there is no hard cap, which means we don't know how many or how much money is going to be raised. I like to know exactly how many tokens are going to be and what the cost is before the ICO launches. I'm an investor. I should be entitled to know that information. I really want to know that information before I send any Ethereum. So them not having any hard cap or not having any more information makes the waters a little bit muddy for me and doesn't give me any confidence in investing, because I don't know how many I'll actually get or what my token value may or may not be. It's also very unclear at what stage the blockchain development is at. It looks like they haven't started developing any blockchain technology yet. They may have started developing it. Who knows? The white paper isn't very helpful in this regard at all. Number 3, another negative. Why do they need an ICO? Why do they need to raise revenue if they're already a successful company? They've already manufactured this Solarin device and it's as successful as they would like us to believe. Why do they need to crowdfund? The one thing that sticks out to me is ICOs should be reserved or used by startup companies that are trying to raise revenue to start their businesses for capital inflow, not for existing businesses that are already producing and manufacturing devices and selling devices. This indicates to me that they are not as successful as they're making out, or they're just taking advantage of the ICO craze and trying to grab as much money as possible. The other thing that I have to ask and question is, why are they offering a guaranteed refund on tokens? This indicates to me that they are maybe not confident that their ICO will be a success. So they're offering a sort of get out clause, whereas if it fails and the tokens become worthless on the exchanges, they can turn around and say, well, you had the option as an investor to take the guarantee, so don't blame us. So that sows a seed of doubt in my mind that they are confident in their own ability to pull this off. Number 5, the current all-time high price of Ethereum. When I filmed this video, it's at $630, $640. Will make this an expensive venture, and they're offering no bonuses. Again, the volatility of Ethereum makes that difficult, I know, but they're offering no bonuses on your purchase prices. So essentially, with the high price of Ethereum, you're paying more per SRN token. And number 6, there's no guarantees that the original manufacturers will adopt this technology. They may go down the route of designing their own technology. So that's something to bear in mind. There's never any guarantee of success, and certainly because they're not partnered with anybody that produces or manufactures these devices, then there's no guarantee that we're going to see a Siren operating system on a mobile device anytime soon. The other thing I didn't like was there was no information about pre-sales on the website. They may have had a pre-sale, they may have had a private sale, I'm not entirely sure, but there was no information about that, and that's something that should be disclosed if they did have it. So what's my verdict on this ICO? Well, I'm going to wait for the exchanges to see the token supply and the cost of the tokens more clearly. I like ICOs that set price at a fixed price, preferably in US dollars, to get around the volatility of token prices. I also like to know how many tokens there are in total, and this certainly wasn't clear to me in this case. While on the other hand, I do like what they're trying to do. I think there's a big market for their device. You know, I'm confident the team is competent and good enough to achieve what they want to do, but I just can't invest my money in something that won't give me the clear answers for the basic questions that I have, such as what is my token price, how many tokens are there going to be in total, etc. So I'll wait for exchanges, and as such I can only give this ICO a 3 out of 5 star rating, which is unfortunate because as I will say to anybody watching here, whether you are running your own ICO or you're thinking of investing, it is imperative that you run it properly with full transparency and all the information so that investors can be best placed to make a decision. And you know, if you need advice, I'm here. Pop me a message on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter. I can help you run an ICO. I'm not selling myself here, guys, but far from it. But if you need advice on how to conduct a proper ICO that gives full transparency, this could have been a 5-star ICO, guys, if they just implemented certain things a little bit differently. Unfortunately, only 3 stars here. But what can I say? I tried to bring my viewers, the best and most accurate opinions as I can form them on the information presented. As ever, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence, and invest cautiously and invest wisely. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video and it gave you some help, gave you some assistance and insight, please click like, please click subscribe, and click on the bell notification to get my latest alerts. And thanks for watching as ever. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.